I'm going to update my contacts in GHL all from right here without having to spend a bunch of time clicking back and forth. This is especially helpful when I call while I'm on the go from my phone, and I write them down in my little book here, and then I can just tell Claude verbally to make these updates. It saved me a ton of time. I'm obviously using Claude, but we built this to work inside of whatever subscription you already pay for. GPT, DeepSeek, compared to OpenClaw, where you pay for a bunch of tokens and then you burn through them when you ask it to do anything. And when you get like 1,000,000 tokens, it seems like a lot, but that can be easily a half day's work and up to $50 a day. And we found that out the hard way. So imagine a full month of that. But that's why we built this. We needed it, and we believe that it should be available to everyone else who wants to save time and money. So let's jump in. I'll show you how I do this with just a couple contacts, so you don't have to sit here for 20 minutes while I go through a whole list. I need you to update these contacts in my demo agency, and make sure to update the tags as well. I have Nick, who mostly does service work and wants to do more of it. I need to call him back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So make a note and then also make a task for him so I don't forget. Victor was not interested, so let's just update him so I don't try him again. And then Ray, he was sick, so I need to call him back next week. So let's also make a task for Ray so I don't forget as well. And then I'll fast forward this a little bit so you don't have to sit here while it loads, but it is pretty fast. Okay, here we go. And this is what I like the most, is it goes through and it actually tells us what it's doing. And if there's any issues like this, it'll always ask you, which is very important. I like to make sure I mention that in all my videos. Having a human in the loop is so important when you have a powerful tool like this. The last thing we want is AI running wild in our business, because if you don't tell AI exactly what to do, it'll make assumptions and do things it's not supposed to. So that's a big thing that we have here, is this will ask you, is this correct? Is that correct? Are you sure you want to delete this? If I'm going to delete things, which I have a sub-account video where I bulk delete, super helpful, it makes me type it out, which is still so much faster than going in and doing it manually, but those are just very important to have in place. Okay, and we have everything, and that's what I love most about this too, is also it's not just buttons that work. This actually communicates with me, walks through things, says, hey, is this the way you want to do this? Is that the way you want to do this? And it updated the tags and wanted to make sure it's doing it properly. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump into the demo agency account and actually show you these updates. All right, here's our contacts. These are not real contacts, by the way. Don't want to be doing that. I'll show you the task that it updated, and I gave it a kind of vague, like, hey, book it out for 2 weeks. Did it just fine for Paul, and then for Ray, set it up for May 20th at 10 a.m. just like I asked it to. And we'll go back and I'll show you the tagging really quick. I'm going to make a whole video on the tagging taxonomy that we use. So we go to Ray. You can see now that it is state follow-up queued compared to Victor now, which is state not interested. And that's the tag that's updated when I do something like that. So I wish I could pack it all into here. There's hundreds of things that we can do with this. And, don't miss the drops that we do on our Launch Maniac YouTube. I'll go in more depth on a lot of this kind of stuff. And if you feel like this, might help you as much as it helped us, then, shoot us a DM, drop a comment below. I want in, and that way I can, get you on our list as we open this thing up. We're going to be building out workflows and skills that we give away for free. So this thing's just going to get better and better over time. Our main goal is to make it easier for us to do the work and get the wins.